Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of Jones Road Beauty. They recently sent me the last little tidbits that I needed to complete a full face, so I definitely wanted to make a video showcasing their products and mention obviously my favorites from the line, but this is how the look turned out. I love how it turned out. There are definitely some major favorites in the Jones Road Beauty collection that I have loved and some new loves as well. So really excited for this video and really excited to show you the products. If you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe if you have not already. That would mean so much to me. And let's get into this video. So I'm going to start with my base, and they have these things called the face pencils, and these are my favorite product from the brand probably. This and perhaps their blush, but I definitely think that this is my favorite product from the brand. This made my 2021 makeup favorites, and they're just like beautiful products. I love them so much and they work really well. I will say, and I have mentioned this in the past before, these are on the dry side. They're still a very creamy, comfortable complexion product, especially for me, and I run dry, but I will say that you do kind of have to prep your face and make sure your face is well hydrated before using these, because they are still creamy and very comfortable, but do lean more on the dry side. So for today, I prepped my skin with the Youthforia Pregame primer. This is a really moisturizing, really beautiful primer. I've also mentioned this before, and I just put that on my skin and it's been sitting for a little while. But let's get into these. So I have the shades 12 and 15. I use the shade 15 as my all over base shade, and I kind of just like draw it all over like this. And this is the perfect shade for me right now. I think it'll even work for me if I'm a little bit more tan. As you can see, it's a little bit deep for me, but once it's blended out, it looks perfect. And I really like these because they can be sharpened, which is nice, but they're so compact and small. You do get 0.1 ounces of product, which is like not a lot at all, but I do find that just a little bit goes a long way. I've been using these for a while and I've only had to sharpen them twice so far, so I find that they do last quite a long time for being such a small product with so little product in it. I also got in my ColourPop Avatar mirror. This is the one with Appa on it. I'm so excited to use this today. Look how cute this is. And on the mirror it says yip yip. How freaking cute is that? But as you can see, this kind of just evened my skin tone out and gave me a really natural finish. I love the way my makeup turns out every single time I use this, and I feel like I fall more in love with the product the more that I use it. But that's what this side looks like with one thin layer of the product. It blends really easily on the face, looks really natural without looking too dewy or too matte. I just really like it. Another nice thing about this is you can get really pinpointed coverage because it's a pencil. So wherever you want a little extra coverage, you can always add a little bit more in those spots and get really specific with your coverage as well. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the shade 12 just to highlight the under eyes and do a little bit of coverage down there and a little bit on the middle of my forehead as well, and kind of down my nose and on my chin. And you can see that this one's like not too much lighter, so it's still gonna look pretty natural on me. And I definitely prefer blending this product out with a brush. I usually blend all of my products out with brushes. That's just my preferred application method, but I do think that this one does work best with brushes because you get a little bit more control and it's a little bit more quick as well. I haven't tried it with my fingers and I haven't tried it with a sponge either, so I'm not sure if those would be any better, but I do like it with a brush. Okay, so this is what the base looks like with the face pencil as my foundation and as my concealer. And I just think it looks so pretty. It's really natural. My skin still looks healthy and like my skin, but it looks really evened out, and I don't know, it just looks very like natural and my skin but better kind of situation, but I still have like all the coverage that I would want on a day-to-day basis. I would say that the coverage of the face pencil is probably like light medium perhaps. I haven't tried to build this up too much, so I'm not going to say it's buildable because I haven't tried to get like full coverage from it, but based on the texture, I feel like it would be something that you could get a fairly like full coverage base with, but I do think that you would have to use a lot of the product, which would be, I don't know, there's so little to begin with that I feel like that would be kind of wasteful. So I feel like this is more of an everyday kind of base product. Okay, and then I also have the shade 20 in the face pencil, and I'm going to use this as bronzer. And this way you can really see how creamy these are. And I like the shade of this face pencil because it's pretty warm and kind of red toned. So I get that really pretty kind of sun-kissed bronze look with this. And you can see just like how quickly that blended into my skin, and it looks like essentially undetectable on my skin as well. They're just so good. And if you wanted a bronzer, a concealer, and a foundation, it would only take up this much space, which is incredible. I'm actually going to Germany in like a week, which is wild, a little over a week. And I'm definitely going to pack these because they're so compact and travel friendly. I won't have to worry about TSA or anything because they're just pencils. So that's another huge thing that I love about these pencils, is how easy they are to use and how compact and travel friendly they are as well. Okay, since my bangs are clipped up and out of the way, I'm gonna do brows now. So they have this other thing called the brow pencil, and it is the same situation as their face pencils. It just has a black cap to help you distinguish the difference between them. And they have quite a few shades of these brow pencils. I think maybe like 5 of them. I have the shade Brunette. So this one works pretty well for me. I have used it once before or twice before, and I actually really liked it, surprisingly. I thought I wouldn't like it because it's just like such a big tipped pencil that I didn't think I would get the brows that I wanted, but I don't mind it at all actually. And the color actually works really well for my brows too. I do kind of wish this had a spoolie at the other end of it because it is quite nubby and it's difficult to fill your brows in strategically and like within the lines, if that makes sense. Like coloring within the lines is a little bit difficult with this because it is such a thick pencil, and because it is so thick you can like fill in your brows really quickly, as you saw. It's just not gonna be as precise as like a tiny micro pencil. And the consistency of this is a very good in between a wax and a powder. I thought it would be really waxy, but it's actually not that waxy. It's a really good in between, as I mentioned. It kind of goes from like a wax to a powder when you apply it, and it blends out really well too. So far so good with this. It's not my most favorite brow pencil ever. I do prefer the finer pointed ones than this one, but I feel like this is good for what it is. Okay, so those are the brows all done. I think they turned out fine. I definitely think if you have like thick brows like me, this is your brow product because you don't need a lot and it fills in your brows quickly. I think if you had really thin, kind of sparse brows, this might not be for you because you wouldn't be able to get those like hair-like strokes to fill in the sparse parts in your brows. So just putting that out there. And I'm gonna actually take the shade 20 with a little makeup brush and put this through the crease of my eye as well for a little bit of dimension. And then I'm going to take, I think I'm gonna move on to blush actually, because I really want to put this on my cheeks. So they have blush sticks, and then they have the Miracle Balms, which are, some of them are tinted and others are more clear. I have actually all, I think 7 shades of the blush sticks, which they so kindly sent me. I love the packaging. It's kind of like aluminum. So it's like very satisfying to hold. It's satisfying to use. It feels like cooling because it's metal, like feels really good on the face. And yeah, they're just like, the packaging is so cute on everything, and the blushes are no different. I actually did a little swatch of this on my Instagram, so I'll put up pictures of all 6 shades, or 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All 8 shades of these blushes up on the screen so you can see all of them. But today I'm gonna use the shade Chocolate Mocha, I think it's called. Yeah, Mocha Chocolate actually. And this is what the product looks like. So it's this like cream base in an aluminum packaging with Jones Road at the base of the barrel, and then you twist it up like this, and it's just a blush stick. And these can be used both on the lips and the cheeks, which is incredible, and a lot of them look really good on my lips and my cheeks as well. There are just a handful of them that kind of wash me out on the lips but still look really pretty on the cheeks. So another like very nice multi-use product from the brand. Super good for people who like minimal makeup or have minimal collections and want to keep it that way and like multi-use products. So that's another plus side from this. So this is the shade Mocha Chocolate again. It's this really pretty like reddish brown shade, which is one of my favorite shades ever, and I cannot wait to put this on my cheek. These do have more of like a balmy finish, and I think that's because they can be used both on the lips and the cheeks, but very, very pretty, kind of a glossy finish as well, as you can see, or I guess like balmy finish, as I mentioned before. But I think it's really pretty, and I'm very excited to put this on my cheeks, as I've mentioned many times. And I think these look really pretty with a brush or a finger. I just prefer to use brushes. So I'm gonna take my favorite blush brush, the Real Techniques 449, and just pounce that into my cheeks. These aren't super pigmented. You do have to build the color up. So if you're someone who wants to try cream products and are kind of afraid to try them because you're not used to using creams, I think these would be a really good starter for you because they're not very pigmented and you can kind of go ham and still look pretty normal with your blush application. But I love this shade so much. It's like such a perfect kind of sunburnt look for me and my skin tone. And it gave me a very, very beautiful glow on the cheeks. Like my cheeks just look real plump and juicy. I love these products so much. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with the rest of my eyes. They have these little single shadows. Oh, before I do that, let me just quickly mention the Miracle Balms, because I'm sure a lot of you have questions about this, because I feel like this is their most talked about product, their most advertised product, at least that I see, and a lot of people have asked me about this as well. So this is their Miracle Balm. It comes in this huge tub if you buy the full size. They do have minis if you're interested in them. I would recommend those because this is just like way too much product. I think for one person it is almost 2 ounces. It's 1.75 ounces. And I would say this is like a fancy Vaseline. There's this seal that they tell you you're supposed to break, like this, and then you get into the core of the product. And I'll just show you like right here. This one has no shade for me, and it's just like a Vaseline on my skin, and it has like a minty scent to it. I don't really know how to use this, especially this shade. I actually got this shade off of Poshmark. It was like in a makeup bundle with a bunch of other really amazing things. I love getting Poshmark makeup bundles, by the way. But this is just like, I don't know, like a really balmy, fancy Vaseline, in my opinion. And I think this would look really pretty like all over your body, maybe as a moisturizer, but you'd feel pretty like slick. It doesn't really dry down. So this is a pass for me personally, but if there's a color you're eyeing, maybe try it out. I don't know. I can't fully recommend this because it's just a fancy Vaseline in my opinion. That's how I feel about this. Okay, so moving on to eyes. They have these really cute single eyeshadows. I love her packaging and just how plain it is. It's just like very satisfying to look at, and very simple. minimal. I don't know, that just like really speaks to me. And it has the cutest little mirror in it as well. And this is the shade Rose Gold that they sent me. And as the name entails, it's a really pretty rose gold shade. So I'm going to take a brush and just sweep that all over my lids for a cute little shimmer on my eyes. And I feel like you could definitely use this as highlighter as well if you wanted to. I'll actually do that. I'll put a little bit on the tip of my nose and on the bridge of my nose as well. Maybe I'll just put a little bit here too. Pretty. I do wish I had asked for just like a basic matte shadow because I think that would be really nice with this shade specifically, but the face pencil in shade 20 worked really well as a crease shade and just like a base for this, so I'm not mad about it, but I would like to try the matte single shadows just to like see their quality and if I like them or not. But this is, I feel like, maybe on the dry side of eyeshadows, it doesn't have a lot of fallout or kickback, I can never remember what that word is. And once you apply it to your skin and your eye, it feels creamy almost. So it feels like dry in the pan, but then when you blend it on your skin, it's quite creamy and it blends really nicely, just like a really pretty everyday kind of shade, and can double as highlighter if you're my skin tone. So I really like this. This is also super travel friendly. I blended it out right there as well. It's like a really pretty just like rose gold champagne shade. And then they also have these are the best pencil is what they're called. I have the shade Silver, which is not my first choice, but it is actually really pretty and I really like it on the upper lash line. So I'm gonna add just a little bit on my upper lash line, and it just adds like a cute little glint to the eyes. Is glint even a word? Glitz? A little sparkle. And this is also very creamy. It like doesn't tug at my eye at all. It's not uncomfortable. Blends really well. I'll swatch this as well on the back of my hand. This is with my left hand, so it's kind of awkward. But there you go. It's like a very creamy pencil. Just adds a little something something to the eyes. Oh my gosh, I forgot to blend out the bronzer on my chin. And before I finish with the eyes, I just wanted to mention this as well. This is their sparkle wash for the eyes as well. And this is just like a liquid eyeshadow. This is also very pretty. I didn't really want a super duper sparkly base on my lids, but this is what this product looks like. Sorry these swatches are so trash. It's because I'm doing it with my left hand because my right hand is already full of swatches, but there it is. It's a pretty like chunky glitter. It doesn't have quite a distinct like base shade, if that makes sense. It's just kind of glitter suspended in a translucent base. It's swatched right there. It is really pretty. It's just like not my favorite. I would rather use the like potted eyeshadow. This is also very watery as well. I am curious to see what the other shades are though, because it is pretty. It's just not my vibe. This shade specifically is not my vibe. Also, so sorry for the lighting change. I always film in natural lighting, so it's always up to the sun what kind of lighting I'm gonna have, and right now the sun is behind a cloud, so she said bye for a second. Okay, mascara now. So this is their mascara. This is called the Mascara, and this is in Pitch Black. Again, really simple, nice packaging, and I really like the wand of this mascara because it's very curved and really fluffy. And I actually really like this mascara as well. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do because I only really like waterproof mascaras that really hold my curl and lengthen my lashes and make them full and separated and everything like that. And this is pretty good for a non-waterproof mascara in my opinion. It's very natural. And it doesn't add a ton of length or a ton of volume or a ton of curl or anything like that, but it's just like a very pretty everyday mascara. Actually, I take that back. I feel like it does add a ton of length. Like I can feel my eyelashes touching my eyebrows right now. So it does add a lot of length, but it doesn't add a lot of volume. So here is one coat with it on and one without. it's just really pretty. And the shape of the wand makes it really easy to get every lash, get to the base of the lash as well. I always really like curved mascara wands. Okay, so those are the lashes all done. I think they look really pretty. I'm gonna take my bangs down now. Oh no. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit of powder just like right here. This is where I get the oiliest. And they don't have a powder, I don't think. So I'm just gonna use my Pat McGrath and just powder like right here. Okay, for lips, as I mentioned, you can use the blush sticks as a lip product as well. And then they also have these cute little glosses. This one is in the shade Cool, or sorry, this is their Cool Gloss in the shade Golden Shimmer. And it has a very strong minty smell. It almost smells like mint chocolate chip ice cream or thin mints or peppermint. It almost smells like toothpaste, like in the best way possible. So I'll show you what this looks like on the lips by itself. But as you can see, it's like a very metallic shimmery gold shade. And it's in that like classic 90s, early 2000s little squeezy tube, which I kind of love. So that's what the gloss looks like. I think it's really pretty. The glitters are very apparent on your lips, and I can never tell if I can feel glitters or not. I swear I'm not helpful in that determination because I feel like my lips are always kind of rough and like crusty, so that never works for me. So I have no idea if you can feel the glitters or not, but it does give you like a minty feeling on the lips as well, so it's not just the scent, you can definitely feel it on your lips too and taste the mintiness as well. I don't know if these are plumping, I haven't noticed that. This is the Cool Gloss in the shade Golden Shimmer, I believe. Yeah, Golden Shimmer. And even though I wiped it off, I still have quite a few glitters like lingering on my lips still. But what I really want to do is use the shade Chocolate Mocha on my lips because it is like such a beautiful red brown shade. I think it would look so pretty as a lip color and obviously tie in really well with the blush because it's the same shade. Yeah, I love this color as a lip color so much. So pretty. That's so cute. Okay, so this is the full face of Jones Road Beauty. I love how everything turned out. Like, I actually really love how everything turned out. I'm so happy with the face pencils and the blushes. I've loved the face pencils for like, I want to say almost 2 years at this point, maybe a year and a half, because it was in my 2021 favorites. I don't know, I've loved them for a while, and I'm now falling in love with the lip and cheek sticks. I've had these for a while, but I just recently started playing with them more, and the more that I use them, the more that I like them. They're just like very beautiful. They give you such a beautiful glow on the cheeks as well, like makes you look really healthy. And the pigment is really good too. I think that these are really nice, very good single shadows. But they're not like my favorite thing ever. I would say if I were to rank everything, it would be the face pencils, the blush sticks, and then the mascara are my top 3. And then I think the rest of them are like, okay, like you don't need to get them. But if you want to try them, they'll be like good. But they're not going to be like the best thing in your collection. That's how I feel. But I think that the face pencils and the lip and cheek and the mascara are all definitely worth trying if you've been interested in it. I recommend. But everything just works so beautifully together. My face just looks so luminous. I love this cheek color and this lip color. I'm so excited to keep playing with everything else. But yeah, this is the full Jones Road Beauty makeup look. So that was everything. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the products, and I can chat more with you about them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye!